You know this feeling when the same kind of problem keeps repeating in your life, same kind of fight, you end up meeting same kind of a person who ends up hurting you. Different jobs, different city, different faces, yet the problem keeps on repeating. And you really don't need to go to a psychic or astrologer to explain this to you that why this pattern is repeating. We all know about this and it's karma. But it's not that I'm going to discuss some very generic explanation of karma today. I wish to share a very different perspective of what karma is that you might have never thought about. Have you heard this? अरे इसका कर्मा अच्छा नहीं है या something bad might have happened in that person's life. You're like, अरे bad karma. Or someone tripped in front of you or something bad happened with that person. We use the word अरे karma, negative karma. So we use it as if it is some sort of punishment, something which punishes people. I have a good wife or a good relationship or a good partner. I have good family. I have abundance of money. It's because of my good karma. Very rarely people do this, where they appreciate that it is their good karma which is making all this possible, or the good things in their life possible. So you know what is happening over here, that perspective shift, that whatever good or bad which happens in my life is because of karma. Oftentimes people understand karma as something fatalistic, a form of punishment, that only bad things happen because of certain karmic factors. Right? Now when you truly understand this, you can make your life really different, like really peaceful, really happy. You can be super successful and abundant when you deeply understand the law of karma. Another important perspective shift that happens is you stop blaming others. Now, I've seen people getting triggered when they hear about it. They oftentimes say that, okay, so you're saying that even if the person is causing pain to me, that means it's my karma that I'm receiving that hurt or pain. Yeah, you see, partially that is true. I mean, you were entitled to receive that hurt. That does not mean that you just forget about whatever wrong or injustice is happening to you. You have to take some right actions. Now you see, one very important perspective shift that happens over here is that instead of blaming others, you start accepting the fact that whatever bad is happening to me is because of certain karmic pattern which is there in my life. This is also a very big trigger point for certain people. That is why they tend to forget about or not understand law of karma deeply, because they don't want to accept the fact that whatever bad is happening with me in my life is because of certain karmic patterns. So a very basic question which generally comes: what if someone cheats with us or does something very bad to us? Are we supposed to just blame it on my karma and just move along? Of course, in that scenario, what will happen is you will understand the fact that yeah, it is my karma, that is why I was in that situation. But that does not mean that you do not take any action, right? You are supposed to take the right steps. Inaction is also a form of injury, right? But there should be no vengeance or hatred within you to cause the same pain or trouble to the person in front of you, right? Again, there are many layers of teaching to this. So let me share a very simple example. Let's say someone scammed you for a few $1,000, okay, and that person got caught. Now your job is to take the right legal action, goes through that legal procedure, and whatever has to happen must happen. But there should be no feeling that, you know what, this person should suffer in the same manner. He or she should go through the same pain. Someone should cheat with him, then only he will understand. This is something where you are again generating karma of hurting that person or having that go through the same kind of trouble that you went through. Now, when you truly understand the law of karma, what you do is you take the right steps. You maybe go through the legal procedure, make sure that the person is fined or legal consequences against him. But at the same time, you deep down bless that person that, he or she transforms. May that person go in the right track. That person should not be in with this kind of a thing. So over here, what you are doing is you're making sure that the person is punished by right legal measures, but at the same time wishing really well for that person to transform internally. Oftentimes we are stuck in this loop of hatred and vengeance. Why this happened with me? This person also suffer. And we have seen this really in the relationship aspects. When a person is cheated on or something bad happens with a person in a relationship, we oftentimes curse that person or whoever is involved in that particular scenario. We wish bad, we curse that person internally, we are filled with a lot of hatred, a lot of vengeance. Now, a person who truly understands karma will you practically understand it in a way that there is some past connection that you might have had with that person or any other third party involved. So your first step from a karmic point of view would be to forgive, right? Now, in that scenario, of course, the forgiveness part might be difficult uh, when you are in the heat of the moment. But if these patterns are again and again repeating in your life, like you're meeting the same kind of people and people who cheat on you or does not give you that kind of love that you need in your life, then you need to reflect that why is this happening with me? Like, am I doing something bad in this situation? Really reflecting and introspecting is the way through which you can break this pattern. In the relationship aspect, we have also seen that forgiveness really helps. From a karmic point of view, if you tend to do forgiveness or practice forgiveness on a regular basis, you will end up breaking that pattern of meeting a wrong person or people who cheat on you, or you stop ending up making bad relationship decisions. So really practice forgiveness. Imagine all the people and practice forgiveness on a regular basis. And really those who are facing these relationship patterns, negative relationship patterns, they can break this karmic pattern by doing a very simple practice of forgiveness sadhana. We do that every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Really beautiful, very simple to practice, which you can do on your own time as well. So try to join that. Now, this is where the understanding of law of karma gets really interesting, and most of you would want to hear this, is money, financial aspect. Money is, when you understand law of karma, you have an abundant life, financially speaking. Let me ask you a very simple question. When we say that law of karma means what? It is in giving that you receive. A very simple question to all my viewers is, you want a lot of money. What should you do from a karmic point of view? A very simple question. Very obvious, right? That you're supposed to give a lot of money, give in abundance. That is donation, tithing, charity. Most of the people who come to us for financial healings, for their jobs and businesses, this is the first and the foremost advice that we give to them, is to start doing donations, proper donations. Of course, there are specific ways and techniques in which we make them practice that, but trust me, doing charity is one of the fastest way of becoming more and more abundant. And this is not some generic advice. You should understand that every religious scripture that we know out there, whether it is Hinduism or Christianity or Islam or any other religion around the world, you dig in and you will find that it has mentioned about donation and tithing and doing some form of charity. And it is quite surprising when we come across this specific amount, that is 10%. Okay, you should at least try to donate 10% of your income as part of donation and charity. And when you really start giving, when you start exhaling, that is when you are able to inhale. And when you really start giving, it is at that time you will observe that slowly and steadily my savings are improving, my investment opportunities and the kind of investments that I'm getting are improving. Even the income level starts increasing after a certain period of time. Here's how our teachers simply explained about this. Okay, you can't just inhale and keep on inhaling. Okay, at one point you'll reach your limit. Okay, what you'll have to do to continue breathing is exhale. Okay, so that is how you can understand the aspect of money. You can't just receive. At some point you have to give money, right? You have to do donations, do tithing. It is as simple as that. And of course, the health aspect is something that I would want people to really understand, that people with severe physical issues, cancer and kidney failure issues, and even some other kinds of issues that people are struggling with currently. Of course, there are certain aspects of karma that you need to understand. Forgiveness is again over here, which will truly help you, especially in the case of cancer. We have seen that people who are going through really difficult times with their cancer conditions. When they start practicing forgiveness, a lot of things have changed for them. You can go through our YPV publications and our research papers, the cancer being healed at a stage 4 condition. Okay, that person has put effort. Just healing has helped that person, but the person has also put in efforts by practicing forgiveness and certain breathing exercises, and it was able to reverse back. Finally, this is a very interesting question that I have received, that what about people who are very rich, have abundance of money, but they have really cheated with people, they have sort of scammed people, or earned that through a very bad livelihood like selling drugs or guns or human trafficking or whatever it is. What about them? Why are still so rich? They are so rich. You understand that these are some very few people who are able to achieve that, first of all. Second, it is only one aspect of life that you are looking at, that is the financial or money aspect. Now, what about the other aspects of their life? Is their health good? Are they really happy with their life? Do they have good, peaceful family conditions? In most cases, all this is not there, right? So, just money should not be the criteria to understand or validate the karmic factor. Okay, eventually the person gets what they sow. It is how it is, no matter what. Maybe in this incarnation or maybe in coming incarnations. Right? So they would have certain karma to receive money right now, but they have chosen bad path or bad ways to receive that. So they have again generated some karma and they might receive it, right? So that is something that we need to be aware of. So always remember that oftentimes when people come to us, there are energy blockages that we as healers clear off. We help the person at physical and psychological level, but we always consider the factor of karma. And we help our clients by generating certain karma to neutralize that particular factor. We make them practice a very beautiful meditation called planetary peace meditation. It is one of the ways that a person generates fantastic good karma to receive a lot of prosperity, happiness, abundance, and peace in their life. People who have been practicing with us for a month, even more than that, they have seen really good changes in their life. That is the same practice that we do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the 9 p.m. session. So you can join us for that as well. I hope you have learned something new today. We were able to share something really valuable with all of you. If you have certain patterns in your life that you see that keeps on repeating, do share it in our comment. We try to help you in whatever ways possible. Thank you so much. Atma Namaste.